Singapore has reported 573 new COVID-19 cases today.
Singapore has recorded its 10th death from COVID-19
Total
today.
COVID-19 infections in Singapore have crossed 20,000, with close to 800 new cases recorded.
The spike in the number of COVID-19 cases has brought Singapore to its circuit breaker for more than a month, causing fear and anxiety about Singapore's future.
Concern over the mental health impact of COVID-19 measures is rising. Experts are warning of a spike in the psychological
Singapore's
impact
National
of such
Care
measures.
Hotline has received about 6,600 calls since it was set up less than a month ago.
This is Sophia Goh, a professional counsellor and psychotherapist from Sophia's Wellness Clinic. We wanted to better understand what's happening to our mental health during a circuit breaker.
So I think we are going through a lot of uncertainty, and not just the usual uncertainty that we tend to be facing. However, I think what we are dealing with is a little bit more of perpetual uncertainty. So this is a term that has been coined by another therapist called Esther Perel. It's about the state of feeling uncertain and also not knowing when this feeling of uncertainty is going to end. So this is even more distressing for a lot of people as compared to the usual uncertainty that we have to go on to.
During the circuit breaker, there were several posts and videos on social media showcasing the dramatic effect of these fears and uncertainty.
You have been walking, you have not been running, so please put on your mask. Be socially responsible.
Excuse me, please wear a mask if you are not brisk walking. Taking pictures.
I don't know why. Lying mask. If I don't do, why? Lying mask. Why do you want?
So, Sophia, what is really happening?
So what I think is happening is that we are all trying to find different ways to cope with this. Some of us, I think we see it as doing something. I want to do something to change the situation. So we believe that maybe if we harass people to comply with the rules, or we try and kind of like post this incident on social media, if that we are actually doing something to be able to change the situation. It's a lot about the sense of the lack of control and trying to gain some control by doing something about it. So sometimes anger is actually easier for us to accept as compared to the other uncomfortable feelings that we might be having in this situation, such as like sadness, such as like anxiety. It's like a more powerful, a more comfortable position to be in rather than the other emotions that we might be experiencing at this point.
Governments and state leaders around the world stepped up efforts to champion the cause for mental health during this pandemic.
To address the mental health dimension of this pandemic.
Our mental health is just as important as our physical health, so we need to speak openly about it, and we need to be there for each other, especially during this pandemic.
Suicide is one of the biggest killers of young men under 45. It's scary, and it's frightening, and it's real.
You know, and I knew it would be, because people are suffering and they're isolating and they're alone. Families are being ripped apart, and the fear of, what if I get it, I have to go in the hospital by myself, that's trauma.
Kindness and compassion can be contagious too. And now, more than ever, we need to display how influential and powerful empathy can really be. And Sophia beautifully explains why.
If we always respond like in a very judgmental and a very antagonistic way, we won't be able to see what are the challenges that they are actually struggling with, and we won't be able to reach out to this group of people who actually really need our help. If we only respond to them through the lens of our own judgment, so about whether you should be wearing a mask or not wearing a mask, then we kind of miss out all the underlying issues that this person may be struggling with underneath, to bring that conversation down to another level. Show a lot more kindness and love to the other people around us. This point in time, as compared to the rest of the other points in time before in humankind, maybe this is the time that we need to be more compassionate